Welcome to the King's Capital, everyone. Hope you all had a good week so far. What is it? It is Wednesday, December 6th. It's 7 p.m. I'm having a cup of tea. It's been a good week so far. I haven't traded much. Got in one pretty good trade with SPY. Made 45% on that guy. That was pretty good. But that's kind of been it. Work has been a little bit busier. Had some pretty big projects last week, the end of last week, and then oh my gosh! And in this holiday season, the weekend is getting crazy. Weekends are filling up. Weeknights are starting to fill up. Basically, it's the end of the year, so life is filling up. But I could not go another week without doing this video. I think I've missed one since I started doing this, so I don't really want to make that a thing. Listen, life gets busy, and so I can't make a video. These things take 30 minutes of my life. I've got 30 minutes for you guys. Plus, I'm on charts anyways all the time, so why don't I just hit record and do it? You know what I mean? You feel me? Cool. All right. As always, we are at the dollar index. Listen, I've had this marked out forever. Right? Forever. If you've been watching my videos, I always start with DXY. This zone's been marked out originally. It was kind of here, which still works actually, but in light of what price action actually did, this is a much better, the bigger zone makes sense. I am expecting upside. The only barrier I see is just this order block, right? That was a very impulsive move. So you guys know me. The order block that matters most is the one where the candle that comes after it is impulsive, shows displacement, as this one clearly does. So just something to be mindful of. But listen, this is bullish. Boom, 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 right? And then we broke over. So we cleared these highs. We have this fair value gap I'd love to touch into. I can't even shift this just a little bit right there because we've kind of already tapped into that area. So it's really just into this minus 27. I want to see what price does, and I would like to get into that zone. Clear the liquidity above that and get into this zone right here. So that's my long-term goal for DXY. Hopefully we get there. We have kind of cleared this high right here. So I would love to see actually this candle close as bullish as it is right now. There we go. Like, this is a beautifully bullish candle. This would create for us our nice swing point, 1, 2, 3. And if for whatever reason we can create one more bullish candle, that kind of confirms that swing point for me, right? So we need 3 candles. And if you've watched my Instagram, I have a bunch of little shorts on kind of just small things I look at with trading, whether it be order blocks, swing points, fair value gaps, all that kind of stuff, right? So little short clips for y'all to watch to kind of get educated as far as the pieces of the puzzle I'm starting to put together when I'm looking for a trade. I need to do one on I guess what ICT calls the kill zones, because time-based liquidity is absolutely key, right? It's not just the zone, it's the time in which we arrive at that zone. Anyways, probably a video for another day. I just want to get through this really quick. Kids are going to be going to bed soon, so I want to kind of see them do that. Be a good dad. Here we go. Looking bullish. Cleared that high. That's looking good on the 3-day, and I do like how we've cleared this. So I don't know what the next candle is. I would like to clear this and then see a pullback maybe into this zone right here, somewhere in here. So if we can continue for another day or so, as long as this weekly closes bullish, I'll be happy. It'll be very interesting to see. We do have NFP on Friday, and that's definitely going to be impacting the market. So obviously I'm not going to be trading Friday. We'll see if we get anything tomorrow. Oftentimes, guys, when we have big news like this, the market tends to go on pause. It doesn't always move that week if there's big news. So something like an NFP, we had some good moves this week already, and so tomorrow could be a nothing day. It could just be a sideways day because the market's basically just gonna wait until NFP to give us movement. So I'll be interested to see what kind of candle we form on the weekly after Friday, right? Are we just gonna wick down? Is it gonna sell off? Will we maintain some bullish momentum? I'm not gonna predict that. I think that's gonna be key in determining where we go. But I would like to see a pullback into this kind of order block area. Let's see what we look like on the 4-hour. And the 4-hour is starting to squeeze a little. We have kind of cleared. Oh no, have we cleared this liquidity? This is basically an equal high to me, honestly. We did kind of sweep it a little bit, but And there's this little fair value gap that hasn't quite been filled. Nice little order block. But honestly, with this liquidity void right here, I would love to see these equal highs right here get taken out, and then yeah, just kind of this zone right here. Let's take that out, fill in this liquidity void, and yeah, press on. But if we can clear this high first, yeah, I'd like to see that high cleared. I mean, we might get a pullback before that, so just be on guard for that as far as DXY is concerned. Let's jump over to Euro USD. We're going to keep the list short today. I'm not going to go over every single pair or indice or whatever. I'm going to keep it Euro USD. I'll do, oh, I got a baby crying in the background. I'll do EU. Let's do SPY. I might do USD CAD maybe. SPY. Let's look at crypto briefly and just I'll give my thoughts on that. Yeah, look at all that stuff. All right, I need to clear some of this out. Keep it organized. Cool. Here's where we're at for Euro. Okay, so here's the other thing I'd been talking about for a while was I really wanted to see on DXY, the level that we reacted from, right, that breaker block. I wanted to see price react from this one right here, which is what we've done on Euro USD. This chart's getting a little messy. Okay, so this is kind of a weekly order block right here. So I do want to see how we react, but I would love to see us just kind of maybe pull back and sell through that. That's what I would love to see. I'm just going to let you know, I'm not predicting the market or anything like that. I would just love to see the dollar continue to push higher. I would love to see Euro sell off because I think I have a pretty decent sell bias, honestly, for whatever reason. I know the market, especially when we get to indices, the market is like 70% calls, so anyways, probably not the best thing to have when it comes to indices, but check it. We got the reaction we needed. We have a fib. We got a 61.8, which is fine. That's just honestly what matters is that we're above premium. We've dove into premium. So my expectation is to continue to sell off. Right here at this minus 27, I do love the way, when we talk about fair value gaps, just in general, I know not everybody's really into fibs. And honestly, I like fibs, but only insofar as they line up with other things like breaker blocks, order blocks, etc., fair value gaps. So this minus 27, I love that it is lining up with this fair value gap right here. And we have a larger weekly level, or is this a monthly level right here? So I would love to see price come down into here long term. We'll see what 2024 looks like. I think that's kind of what we're all gearing up for, right? What is going to be the bias at the start of 2024? We had a lot of rate hikes this last year. I think we had 5 or so or something like that, just crazy rate hikes. And I think the expectation is that we're going to start to see rate cuts, which means that, maybe the dollar is not so bullish next year. I don't know. Nice drink of tea. The one thing that's making me question, okay, are we going to sell through this or can we react? I don't put too much emphasis on it, but I do like this RSI with, I don't even know what EMA this is. It's just kind of like an EMA, right? But I have noticed sometimes these things align where like the RSI comes and taps this EMA and then reacts, but that really is only as relevant as, what's going on with price. So as price comes into this order block, that's right there. So we'll see. We might get a reaction out of there. But again, I think long term, I would like to see this level get hit. Let's dive a little deeper on Euro USD and see what we got. Definitely consequent encroachment on this fair value gap going on right here. I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need it anymore. And especially when it comes to closing, I think if we start closing beyond the, have we? Yeah, we're starting to close beyond the 50% of consequent encroachment. So to me, daily bias is bearish, pretty clearly bearish. So 4 hour, what I'd be looking for is some kind of pullback. See, originally when price did this, I wanted to see a pull up into this level because I think there is we had this order block right here. And I think even on the 15-minute, oh no, this is a 5-minute, y'all. Yeah. I liked this level. I liked where it lined up with the order block at first. I like this candle. I liked the impulsivity away from that zone. I would still love to see price come in and tap that level, not going to lie. I would still love to see price come into that level. Might not get it. I think our most immediate trade's probably a little closer. Right? So that's that 4-hour fair value gap. I mean, this would be more of like, correct me if I'm wrong, more of a turtle soup play, right? So we kind of have this sell off. We have the liquidity above there. We dip into that liquidity in the fair value gap and then sell off from there. That would be really cool to see. So if price makes it there, I will start looking for rejections. But prior to that, I'm more inclined to start looking here for sells. So price comes up into here. Here's our 50% of that order block. Let's see if we have anything that's a little more refined. Yeah, and we do. Cool. Let me get rid of this guy, or at least, what are we on the 30-minute? Let's take him off the minutes. So, right. So if we can move just sideways, honestly, during Asia, create some kind of, engineer some kind of liquidity above this level, right? So people are probably going to be looking at this order block. So if we can kind of engineer some liquidity here, and if we can tap into this level, I think that would be really cool. That's what I would like to see, and I'd start looking for sells there. If we break beyond, then I think I have one more level up here that I would like to see sells at, but I think our most immediate move for this is going to be here. Yes, this one is good. Yes, there's a little fair value gap right there. So listen, if we just sell off overnight, that's fine too. I'll be looking to play this during New York, so I'm just gonna have to adjust whatever happens in New York. But I do like this one a lot. But again, I think this is definitely a valid level right here. So guys, be mindful of that. It looks like we did kind of try to touch up into this fair value gap and it's rejecting a bit. So it could sell off during London and I'll wake up to a different kind of trade, but just something to be mindful of. Let's see if I got anything I like a little better in here in terms of levels. And woo, escape that. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think that's an okay level. Let's throw a fib on. Maybe there's something that lines up with that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Honestly, anything about this 50% and even this little order block, breaker block candle thing right here is pretty good. I do love the way it impulsively moved away. Did create a fair value gap that did get filled pretty much. But we got some fair value gap going on right here. So this is still kind of going to be my level. I do like on this 5-minute, we got this fair value gap. It's within a larger order block level. So I'm going to be looking for price to pop up into there. Again, if it doesn't, if we just sell off, then I'm going to have to adjust my trade plan. But as of right now, Wednesday, December 6th at 7 p.m. at night, that's what I would like to see. All right, cool. Let's move on quickly. And what do we got? I'm not really into USD JPY right now. This one's kind of interesting to me. I can't remember if I had this on or if I've adjusted my levels from last week's video. Let's just assume it was on from last week's levels and I'm gangster like that, okay? Now, in the RSI, we are below that EMA, but let's get rid of that real quick because that's not as important as what our price action is showing us. On the weekly, we're still bullish, honestly. Unless we're breaking this low, we're still going to maintain bullishness. And I would just love to see it if we're going to be bearish and we're going to have to break below that cleanly, not just kind of sweep below and then pull back into the range. You know what I mean? Because otherwise that means, okay, well, there's buyers there and we have room to go higher. Let's go to the 3-day real quick. Yeah, this looks great, honestly. This is a 4-hour level, right? This is a 4-hour order block. This does align as well with the DXY kind of hitting that level and showing some bullish reaction. So that to me is very cool. And so I think what I'd like to look for, clearly we have a reaction off this level. Buyers are there. They want to push up. So let's find our trade, guys. Okay, I want to sweep these highs for sure. If we can get some kind of pullback, maybe, ooh, crying baby. If we can get some kind of pullback maybe into this zone tonight. I'm trying to see. I don't love that. Maybe there's a better zone. If we sweep this before tomorrow, then the trade idea is I'm going to have to adjust my plans, right? There's liquidity over here, so I'd expect a sweep and then something. But if we can get a pullback before we sweep that zone, I'd be looking for a buy there. So as far as strong levels look to me, oh, man. This is a really strong level, honestly. That looks like a really strong level. I don't think we'll pull back all the way there, though. If I was to guess, the way it's looking right now, I would start looking here, honestly. I would just start looking here. We could sweep this liquidity, and I do like this level down here, this guy, right? I like the way we pushed up, reacted, pushed up again, and it does seem like price, we swept that liquidity, okay, and it wants to push up. So I think that's actually done. That one's fulfilled as far as I'm concerned. So is this one. So we've pushed up, and we're continuing to push up. So this is kind of an untested order block for me, as far as I can tell. Let's dip down in the 30-minute and see if we can find something a little clearer. Yeah, for sure. So if we can range overnight, and then I don't know what London's going to do, but if we, during New York session, during our kill zone, if we can find a play in here, if we can get a strong reaction off of there, let's go. I think that's the trade I'd want to look for USD CAD. This is the 30-minute chart. So something like this, right? It could push up a little more from here. I would love for it to not sweep this liquidity before we do that, though. If we sweep that liquidity, we got a different trade to set up. We got to find something else for us to play, but I think we got liquidity under here. Order block, very clear impulsive behavior. Again, when the order blocks, the best ones in my opinion are the ones where the engulfing candle fully engulfs that previous down candle for a bullish one, and then a bearish one, it would be the opposite, right? So if we can find just a random one real quick, let's just pretend, right? Let's just pretend this is going to continue on down. Or maybe we can just find one over there. No, let's just pretend. We're going to pretend, guys. Let's go to imaginary world. This is an order block, and this is a super impulsive candle that fully engulfs that, and it displaces all the way down. That's kind of what I'm looking for on that side. So anyways, USD CAD, something like that, guys. That's my thoughts on that. Let's go to SPY. I'm going to hit SPX, actually. Just in terms of price action and not having to worry about like post-market, pre-market. It makes sense to do that. I could hit that 3-day. Okay, I see why that's there. Weekly. Oh, that's monthly. That's pretty bullish monthly, honestly. That is a pretty bullish monthly candle. Cool. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so here's what's happening, guys. Did we sweep that on SPY though? We did. Okay. Sorry, forgive me. On SPY and not on SPX, but on SPY, we've swept this high already, and then we're printing this bearish candle this week. So again, we're going to see what Friday could totally change this candle. Right now, it's very bearish. Friday with NFP could totally change that. But here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bullish engulfing starting to form on SPX. We've swept this liquidity. Technically, this is an order block right here, so we are kind of at an equal high. I would guess, let's call it a supply zone mostly, right? Got that marked out there because there's a lower time frame. We're going to get rid of this guy. Not important anymore. Don't really care about that. Not worried about consequent encroachment there so much at the moment. This is just about a bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing candle right there on the 3-day. And then, yeah, just rejecting this zone. So, I mean, we could range here, honestly. I know there's precedent for December not being a great month for trading. Things could range, blah, blah, blah. So hypothetically, we could be ranging here. I would love to see us break below this low right here. And not just break below it, but like displace below it, right? If we can break out of this kind of this sideways action, there's plenty of room to move down. I mean, the first place I'd be looking is this would be an okay zone, but I think I would love to be looking a little deeper into this level. Oh my gosh, that would be such an epic sell, guys. Or put, depending on how you're playing this. I guess it'd be a sell if we'll get rid of this guy. Not relevant anymore. Get rid of this zone. Get rid of this. A lot of old stuff on SPX. Yeah, I like this. If we can start breaking through, right, because we got spikes into here, blah, 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 blah. Clearly, this was a zone we're reacting from. It's this order block, honestly, right here. So if we can break below, I would love to see something like this. Listen, the sentiment trackers are starting to break bearish on SPY. So it is something to be mindful of. Mint FX has an awesome sentiment viewer. I really like his. Look at I drew this perfectly. Magic, absolute magic. Cool. First place I'd be looking for sells if I was going to take sells is off of here. But listen, we're not fully bearish on this. Okay, so I'm kind of just preemptively doing this. We have kind of broken some levels on the 4 hour. In terms of this is a very listen. So we have this low came up, created this high. This is a swing low right here, guys. Low, lower low, higher low right here, right? This is a little swing low, came up, swept the liquidity. On SPY, we swept that weak liquidity right there, broke down below the low. We've closed below it, pushed up, and rejected this supply zone right here. So my expectation is to be selling this. We'll see. If we start breaking above this level and closing inside these fair value gaps, then all right, we there might be an argument for a buy, and then this level holds, okay? But what in terms of what I would like to see, especially in light of DXY, and I know SPY and DXY don't always have that inverse correlation, but listen, this is what I like to see. I would like to see us break below this level. Even if not, we've already broken this low, right? We've kind of started. We've already shifted on that 4 hour time frame. And the first level I'm going to be looking at is there. There's probably a fib in here. We're not quite to the 50%. That kind of makes me wonder or think that we could probably push lower overnight. You know, it might do something like this, and then we'll come up and tap that 50%. You know what I mean? So if we can push below, then that might actually make a little more sense with the fib. Otherwise, we do kind of have this breaker zone right here. So honestly, it's just that there's traffic here. We have this and this right here. So anywhere kind of in this 50% zone, I think I'd be happy. Again, it's going to have to happen during one of the kill zones. So it's going to happen for SPY. We're really looking at the New York session. So if you're trading SPX, you can hit that probably somewhere between, I'm in California, so it's usually like 4:30 to 7:30 or something like that. If you're trading SPY, you're going to have to wait till market open. And so sometimes what happens with SPY, what the difference is that SPY will make this move pre-market, right? Let's say we come up, we reject, and then during the market open, it'll usually give you some kind of like retrace or something to kind of catch that move. But sometimes that is what I've noticed, that the difference between SPX and SPY is SPX, you can hit that during the pre-market. SPY, you have to wait for it to open, give you that signal to retrace, and then you can finally sell it off. Doesn't always give you that, but that's definitely something it does do, I've noticed recently. All right, let's hit Bitcoin real quick, and we'll call it, y'all. Bitcoin's pushing. Okay, so originally we were thinking, okay, we'll sell here. And it looked like I wanted to reject, but we held this level right here. It just held. Here we are continuing to push. Let me get rid of this order block guy. Not relevant. Old news. All right. So in terms of kind of last stop, if we start breaking through this level, then we do have the 618. We do have this order block here. It's going to be really interesting to see. I don't know if we're heading to all-time high. I feel like this would be like the shortest. June 19. What we got here? This is that 20K. Okay, so let's just look at our time right now. Do we have something to measure time? We got one around here somewhere. Let's just do this. Right? So the previous bull market really didn't happen. Like, we didn't go parabolic until it took almost 3 years, guys. Right? My thought for y'all is that maybe things are compressing. Maybe things aren't taking as long. What do we got from this high to where we're at now? Where are we sitting at? October to December 23, so about a year and a half. So this is oh no, that's like 2 years, huh? My bad. October 20. Yeah, that's like 2 years. Okay. So hypothetically, what we could be doing, excuse me, is, and this is just me talking out loud, because I have a hard time, and correct me if I'm, if you all got a better opinion. I have a hard time thinking this is it. This is like the big bull run that's happening. It just seems a little premature, honestly. We got this nice little dish going on right here. A nice spike up, but didn't quite hit the highs of the 20K that happened previously in 2017. Followed by a little more consolidation. This is more of like a not a UTAD, DTAD, right? If you're like white coffee and it's like that down thrust before the parabolic move happens, before you get the spring. So my guess is we're probably somewhere along this right here. This leg is probably matching somewhere here. So I would love to see further pullback. Maybe we get down to these levels, or I would love to get, but maybe we don't. With this one, people were probably thinking, oh, dude, this is the bull run. It's finally happening. And then what did price do? Boom. It came all the way back down and almost hit. I mean, that's 4,000. It was in the 4K region, right? Man, I did not buy here. I wish I would have bought here. That this is actually when I started trading is here. I started buying Bitcoin, thought I was a genius, watched it all go to red, and then thought, man, I don't want that to ever happen again. So I started learning about the market and started learning how to trade. Here we are. So anyways, but look at, people thought, dude, this is it. Hey, we even got this little, oh my goodness, hold on one sec. I got to show you this. This is kind of an interesting like psychology thing going on right here. So, right, listen, bull run happens. Boom. Everybody's depressed. Boom. Everybody, we're finally out of the red, right? Oh man, this is our bull run. Maybe there was a lot of profit taking there for people that knew what they were doing, I guess. And then people probably thought, okay, boom, boom, lower low. Bam, we cracked the previous high, right? Well, we closed over it. And then boom, look at this last capitulation down there before the parabolic run. So anyways, all that to say is, wow, I don't know how to do some of the things I do. We had this great bull run, boom, boom, boom. This kind of consolidative. We are pushing up. I'm not anticipating this being the massive bull run. I'm anticipating it be a good opportunity for profit taking and for more sells on the market. For all we know, we can kind of come down and consolidate, do one last capitulative move, right? The previous one was like 4K, right? Something like that. Maybe our last capitulation is down into this sub 15K region. So just throwing that out there as like a long-term idea. All right, y'all, listen, King's Capital, it's been great. If you are getting anything out of this channel, please like, subscribe. If you're new, go back and watch some of my other videos. Find me on Instagram at the King's Capital. I've got a bunch of little short videos just on education. I try and post my trade ideas, and then I just repost like really good trading stuff or psychology stuff or whatever. But yeah, come find me at the King's Capital on Instagram. And then again, if you found this useful for your purposes, share it. Tag me on your Instagram. Do something that just kind of helps get the word out. Lots more videos to come. Excited for 2024 and just kind of building this brand out. So, all right, guys, King's Capital out.